Okay, good afternoon, and I am doing a bit of squidding. I've got my shorts on, a t-shirt and a hoodie, so that's twice the protection, and no gloves. I'm a terrible person. You can tell me in the comments, but I know I'm a terrible person. And I was away last night. I went down to Selsey near Chichester in my camper van, and me and the missus had a fantastic, well, day and a half, couple of days, whatever, an overnight, a few beers, nice food, merriment, all that malarkey. And I got my insurance sorted yesterday, because when I picked this up I just took it home. No insurance, no tax. I'm such a devil. Oh, such a devil. So yeah, I got the insurance sorted yesterday. For some reason the government tax site didn't like where I was. So it wouldn't let me do the tax. So I've got home and I've done the tax. So now I am fully legal, unless I get stopped and told otherwise. Fully legal on my NC700X. And I'm just doing a quick run to the shops and giving it a whirl while I'm doing it. And it is actually a replacement for the V-Strom 250. Only I wanted the money that the GSXS 1000 gave me on trading in. This was 3,600 and they gave me 6,250 for the Gixxus, which means I've still got 2,600 and the V-Strom to play with, and that will get me a bike to replace the GSXS 1000. What might that be? What might that be? A replacement for the GSXS 1000. Comments below, take a guess. But yes, as I say, this is a replacement for the V-Strom 250. I do like the V-Strom 250, and it's so frugal on the juice, which at the present time is very expensive. So for commuting is absolutely ideal, apart from the fact that if you're doing an overtake, if you're doing 70 and you want to do an overtake, you haven't really got the grunt. It will sit at 70 mile an hour, which is just under 9,000 revs out at 10,500 revs, so it's just under 9,000 revs, and yeah, it'll do 85. It'll definitely do 85, but it's a bit of a screamer while it's doing it. So when you're doing 70 on a dual carriageway and you come up behind a car that's doing 65 or 68 or something like that, and you just want to overtake, and you go to overtake and they accelerate, you haven't got the oomph to follow it through. And there's been more than a couple of occasions where I've been stuck in the outside and it's like, right, do I rev the absolute shit out of this, go full speed, have the light on the dash come up and tell me I'm being naughty, or do I slow down and pull in? And half and half. Sometimes I pull in, slow down and pull in, and sometimes I speed up. But it definitely doesn't like it. So I just wanted something with a bit more oomph. There we go. And I was looking I looked at the Suzuki range, and I don't want an SV650. I've ridden one, and I found it very underwhelming. And I didn't want a Z650 because I've ridden one and found it very underwhelming. So I started looking at Hondas, and when this first came out, the NC700, I really liked the idea of it. I was very new to biking, and I really liked the idea of this, and the fact that this is a storage compartment, not a fuel tank, and I liked that idea. But it was the lack of revs. Everyone complained about the lack of revs, and you're forever revving out. And when I'm commuting, apart from on my 250, I hardly ever use all the revs anyway. So that now doesn't seem a problem to me. It might be, but I'm not going to know until I try. And people were underwhelmed with the NC700 because you could get a CB500. Back it on your drive. You could get a CB500 which would I think they accelerate faster than the NC700, and I think their top speed is more than the NC700, which is weird that you've got a 500cc which I think is around 470 cc's in actual. Correct me if I'm wrong, could definitely be wrong on that. Oh, let's go that way. Let's go that way instead. Yeah, I think it's 460 cc's, and then this is, well, the CB is 470, and this is 670, something like that. Neither of them are what they tell you they are by a few cc's. Anyway, yes, but the thing I liked about this was people were saying about the fueling. You get the decent amount of fuel economy out of it, and the fuel tank being in the back means you have got this very big handy compartment. And there's a lot of days I take my top box to work with bits and pieces in it, and I don't like having it in the house faffing about, getting to work, taking it off the bike, faffing about. It's all faffery, you know what I mean? It's all faffery. Whereas this, I can just drop a bag in there with a couple of bits, and that'll do. I could do that with the top box. And I don't like the look of a bike with a top box on, funnily enough. But that's why I got, well, I say but, that's why I got the bike. For what I heard about the CB500 being faster and accelerating quicker and everything, it was still the fact that this was cruising all the time, and the CB, it was like you can rev the shit out of it and it'll go fast, and I can do that on the 250 and make that go faster, and I don't want to be doing that. I want to be cruising along, hardly any revs. What am I doing now? 2025 mile an hour. There's no gear indicator on this. I'm just making sure, oh Jesus, I'm just making sure that is correct. Yeah, there's no gear indicator on this. So yeah, and it's not struggling. What am I in? I was in fourth. There you go, fourth at just under 30 mile an hour. And it's definitely got more legs than the 250. But people were saying even with really making progress, they're still not worrying the engine at all and getting decent fuel economy. And is that not what you want out of a commuter? That's what I want out of a commuter, as I say, especially with the cost of fuel these days. The other thing is the servicing. The engine is canted forward in such a way that you can do the valves yourself. It's not just about the canting of the forwardness. It's 60 fucking 2 degrees. I don't know why I swore then. 62 degrees the engine, so it's like that, leant right over. Points, the cylinder head points at your radiator. So you take your radiator out of the way and you're at your rocker box cover, and you can get at your valves. And the valves are old style, nut and bolt. No shims, no messing about. So you can get straight in there and sort them out yourself, which is the same as oh yeah, definitely up to speed nice and quick. Yeah, that's all I was looking for. A little bit more get up and go, and that's certainly got a little bit more get up and go. Even though it should have a lot more get up and go. But that was something else I didn't want, because then my commutes turn into hooliganism. And I really am trying to get away from that. There's too many cameras, dash cams, speed cameras, coppers, Christ knows what else, watching you. Watch this guy, look. What are you doing? Not a clue, not a care in the world, no indicator, nothing. Oh dear, but that's okay, she wants speeding. It's only speeding that causes problems. It's only speeding that they want to do you for. Easy money. I didn't quite know where to. I'm going to get in that top little gap there. Was the idea. Can't walk backwards with it. Yes I can. Here we go. Get some speed up. This vehicle is reversing. What they did do was cleaned the bike. They've done a really good job of it. Trouble was, they've polished push down, there you go. They've polished the hand grips and the seat. So it's a bit fucking slippery. Right, anyway, I've got to go in here. I've got to go in here next. Right, that's the shopping over. Oh, tried to kill me. There's a Honda Jazz. That's what this bike's got. Well, it's got half the Honda Jazz engine, apparently. So yes, there you go. I've got a NC700X, and first time I'm out on it. I'm enjoying it. It's very torquey down low, very torquey down low. It's not going to win any races, but it's definitely a torquey down low. Right, I need to get home. I need to wash my 250 because I'm having that looked at tomorrow. See what they offer me for that. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Comments down below. Say what you want. Say what you feel. And possibly catch you again. Ta-ra.